Well, good afternoon. My name is Jarrid,
And I'm Roze.
and together we collaborate on mural pieces as the drop. But together we fly.
Together we fly. That's tight. I
Yeah,
love it.
she actually came up with this. Is my fiance, so she came up with the whole scheme of together we fly because we're more stronger together. And separate we can get stuff done, but we just get more done together. You want to kind of share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would say that we're stronger together, united in love, and God really keep us together through all of this. I would say that's the main thing for me, and well for us because we both believe in that. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do it together alongside each other, have each other's back.
Some people may say it's kind of like difficult working with your significant other because sometimes, like from an artist's perspective, I might want to use this color, she might want to use this color, and then we ended up just blending the colors and say, okay, that's the perfect one that we can use. And I think we do a good job of just feeding off of each other, like hearing each other out. I think communication is a big thing when it comes to doing artwork together. Like without that communication, you're literally going to see a piece that looked like it was done by two different people. Like currently we work with the Mexican Art Museum, and we collaborated with a couple schools. Burnett Middle School was our first one that we did a mural with, and that one was inspired off of George Washington crossing the Delaware, and the students changed it to Los Marineros, which was their logo was the sailors. So what we did was a mariachi band as they were singing a song as they crossed to the continuation of that project, which was the next one, which is Sunday afternoon at La Carne Asada. And that was inspired off of a painting that we seen in Chicago. And it was just inspiring to see how the kids really want to bring their dreams to reality and us teaching them different art techniques. So we did pointillism. So just imagine 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8 graders working on one piece, and we just tell them to paint circles all day, right? And they get done so fast. And majority of those pieces were them doing the work. We really didn't do anything, which was the fun part because for one time, for one point in my life, I don't have to pay anything, it just shows that like these are all the kids. This is not our work, and that's something we big behind. Is it's the people that matters most when it comes to the artwork that we make. And I know Rose, she really likes working with the kids too because they're easy to work with.
Yeah, we was both doing art separately, and then we met. I moved here, he moved here. We're not from here, so we both met at an art show. And
Rich's
since
art.
then, like we even in the beginning, we would hang out and we would just paint together, and it was just like it was really cool. We really got along already just off of our ideas and our perspectives, and it was just fun. Even coming like with different like perspectives. I think that's the beautiful part is that for me, I love when people think different than me. Because if it was all the same, it'd be boring. And so I just,
Facts.
yeah, when I met him and when we did stuff together, it just like flowed. And I would say even through the challenges, like navigating through collaborating together, it has taught us so much how to not just like work better together, but even working with other people. And regardless like how you feel that day, you just keep going, showing up for the other people rather than just you and how you feel. So that has taught me, like for myself, just to be there for people regardless of what I'm feeling.
Because some artists, we have a 9 to 5, and then we have the 5 to 11, right? So my 9 to 5 is I work with Travis County Health and Human Services. So I deal with a lot of youths who have mental health diagnoses, and they are in and out of psychiatric stays. So mental health is a big thing. I feel like we should put that at the forefront of our lives because it's something we tend to ignore, even though it's a real thing. And so this is the first time like my job and my hobby can kind of come together, you know. with providing these resources with the families and us working with the houseless community, providing the resources for them too, And I think it's big because it monetarily it helps out those houseless individuals, right? But I think it when I noticed through my walk, oftentimes sometimes they just want somebody to talk to, because they feel like they cast it away because no telling what their situation was before them meeting with us. I think for me, I always feel it's important to take that minute with them because you never know how much that minute can change their life. And art is a tool that we use to be able to build something together, because you just never know like what happens after this, and you never know who that person might know or who we may know, what artists may know other people, and we can all just connect together because it's art for all, right? All of us come together for a shared interest, which is to create something and to change lives, And I think this project is something that's heavily rooted in God's word. I think that's the most important thing because without God, none of this would be possible, right? Or without, God working in someone else's lives, it wouldn't have an impact on how much we can fund them. Like I feel like giving this to the houseless, right? I feel like doing this for them, something that's bigger than myself. Like that's what drives us to continue to do the work that we do.
I'm so happy and grateful to be able to have this opportunity, and I would say being able to connect with people and with the heart, especially people that just want to be heard. And I could understand what it feels like to have a little bit, but your heart is so big and you have such a big dream, and it's possible. Like if you put in the work, those dreams could come true. So to be able to be that person to inspire somebody and like actually meet them where they're at and say, hey, I know and I have a similar experience to what you might be going through. And this is just temporary, but like I could see more for you. So just being able to kind of like give that hope to somebody, because I have such a like sensitive heart. So for me, I'm just excited to be able to do something I love and bring hope to others. I would say to inspire the kids out there, because like I said, we work with kids a lot, and just seeing that one kid that was like, man, I don't like school, but this is the best thing I've done here.
Yeah.
And to me, like that's what matters. Like even if it's just one person, you never know what that one person's gonna do after that. So I would say it's like it could be a universal thing rather than like here. It's gonna just inspire so many out there, everywhere in the world. Yep, I would say for the kids out there.
Yeah, for me, it's so many ways we can go with this. And I know one, for example, is to remember the reason why we're doing it, which is to impact those individuals who are underserved, right? And I think houselessness is a rising issue going on, and in Austin, especially with the building of high rises, and I think the county they just approve of a good amount of money to address that issue of housing. I think this project is one of the pioneers or the catalysts to continue that conversation of how can we support those in need. And also, I think it inspires the present to ask questions for the future. So like when a kid sees a mural, they say, "Well, mommy, what's that?" "Well, I don't know," or "Let's figure it out." Right? It was one artist, Topher. He said that I don't know what I don't know, and with us, telling the story of those who feel unheard, we are able to we are able for someone to learn something that they didn't know about the city of Austin. So I think for me is to address the issue of houselessness as well as just to ask questions so we can know more about the community that this structure, this library stands in or sits in the center of.
in Psalm 144, I was reading, and I was so encouraged by God, because at times I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what do I do? What's my purpose? And in that verse, it talks about, like, God has made my hands for war.
Mm.
So for me, art is like a spiritual thing, and it connects to the depths of the heart. So what my art is purpose is to bring people to see how much God loves them,
Mm-hmm.
and that they're just a reflection of that love, and to just come back home,
Mm-hmm.
to know they're not alone.
I 100% agree with you. I like that. I love that, actually. Yeah, and for me, it's just to really show that God is real. You know, like he's doing work within us. He's using us as instruments to play the song that people can listen to every day. You know, so and we fight a battle every day, whether it's mental health, whether it's when it comes to finances for the houses, or finding a place to reside in. But just to know that the birds don't worry whether they be fed in the morning. So why should you? You know, and I think with us continue to do God's work and continue to do the things that He gifted us to do, I think that's the impact that we're gonna make every day, just to stay consistent.